what's the number one mistake syndicators make when they're underwriting their deals?
I'm going to channel my partner, Ashley, because this is besides being an amazing operator, one of the things that she's absolutely world-class at is forecasting where rents are going to go after renovations. And what we found is, and not only is she good at this, but we've compared her numbers to other people's numbers on the same deals. And what we find is most people are very, very over-optimistic on how fast and how high they can grow rent. A lot of people will look and say, okay, if we do renovations, our property is going to be like that property, and rents are going to go from $1,500 to $2,000 a month. But they fail to take into account all the information. Maybe that other property they were comparing to was built in the last 10 years and yours was built 30 years ago. No way you're ever going to be able to compare a 30-year-old property to a 10-year-old property. Maybe the property that you're comparing to has a soccer field and a basketball court and a gym and a pool. Yours doesn't have those things. Nobody's going to be able to compare those things. Maybe the property you're comparing to was in a great school district. A lot of people want to live there because of the schools. Your property is only a decent school district. So a lot of people will just look and say, this is the property like that gives me the best numbers, that tells me my rents are going to grow the most. But the reality is that's not necessarily the best property to be comping against. And this is probably the biggest mistake I make, because underwriting models are so sensitive to income. It's not that difficult to kind of forecast expenses, as long as, again, we're being conservative, to use that word again. Because we have a general idea of how much insurance costs and how much property taxes are. We have a general idea of how much payroll is to pay our employees. We have a general idea of how much it costs to buy materials and labor, and to pay water bills and electricity bills. Those don't change that much. But if you're off by even $10 or $20 or $30 a month on a 400-unit complex, well, that can make a huge difference in whether that property, that deal is profitable or not. So that's the biggest mistake I make, is being too aggressive on what we call pro forma rents, the assumptions of what rents are going to be after the renovation.
So if you enjoyed this clip and you want to see the entire episode, click here. And if you want to see other videos similar to this, click here.